We are live, Pierre.
Welcome back to another special edition of the early, baby. What? Because Michael is back at home, so it's early morning now for Michael. It's 8 o'clock over there. So welcome back, Michael Devellano, directly from West Coast.
How's it going, Pierre? We have a busy couple of days coming up still.
No, I think it's already busy.
It's already busy. It's crazy.
Yesterday was amazing, Michael. I'll be honest with you. We do this for almost 1 year. Yesterday was maybe the first day, well, not the first time, but it was like 12 hours, maybe 14.
Oh, were you on that long?
It was so many things. Like you have about I don't know, 10, 12 signature, 3 trade, and then you build preparation for the show, the night, and then preparation of another videos during the day, and then the show at 11 in the morning, plus all the graphic on Facebook page and everything. So it's happening. We have only 1 trade or 2 signature. It's not a big deal, right? You can do this very quickly. But yesterday, and then also you have to be on social media to follow up with everything going around. So you follow all those guys on Twitter. I'm lucky. Everybody is on Twitter now for me, at least. So it's not like I have to split myself left and right. But it's not about me, but it's just said it was a busy day yesterday. It's going to be again busy a little bit later during the day, of course, with RFA, everything like that, and then the UFA. But I don't think it's be really, really, really busy like yesterday. But of course, everybody's targeting tomorrow now. So you have more like GM talking with an agent and everything like that. And to be sure, they are going to open up at 12 o'clock p.m. tomorrow. We'll be live, and then we'll go from there. But will be interesting where the players going to be, because, Michael, they have a ton of players on the UFA. It's not like a normal year. It's more players this year compared to COVID-19 last season. And I think it will be we're going to have a lot of contracts signed, but I don't expect a lot of big contract will happening tomorrow. The only thing I really believe is going to get 2 of them maybe is going to be Lester Gog and, of course, Dougie Hamilton. The rest is going to be good contract, but not like big contract like we expect.
Yeah, I think those, Landeskog and Hamilton are definitely the 2.
Well, first of all, Michael, we have to stop.
Oh, what?
Because we have, I don't know where it's coming from, but Anthony Manzano, Michael, is back in the house this morning. Anthony Manzano, guys, maybe you don't know from Bad Monkey or maybe Murphy Vlog, or I don't see Andy, I didn't see Adam yet, but Anthony Manzano, Michael, he was one of the originally first guys show up the morning here at 11 o'clock. At the beginning, he was maybe the only one we have. Or we have Mike Myers, right? But you talk about the originally the people show up the morning. Anthony Manzano, he was one really, really there a year ago about that. We know he's a big fan of Fleury Panthers, like Bad the Monkey. So we welcome also Bad the Monkey. But I just want to mention about Anthony Michael. So I know he asked you right there a question, so you maybe jump on it if you don't mind.
Panthers have the cap space to extend Reinhart now that they've traded for him and possibly get a top 4 defenseman. And we know that there's a trade that they made with Strawman to open up some of that cap space. I think they'll get McCabe. So which McCabe? Braden McCabe? Or the one?
You talk about Jake McCabe from the Buffalo Sabres.
From Buffalo. He was injured a lot of last year. I'm not sure the status of him.
He played only 13 games. He's back. I think it's a good targeting, I believe. McCabe, he's a defenseman. It's not going to. They don't need anymore, Michael, a defense to score right now. They don't need a Yandel. They don't need a power play defenseman right now. They need more like a defensive defenseman. I think that would be something good about that one over there. He's not Jimmy Oleksiak. He's 6'1", 210. The only problem I would say to you is he shoot to the left, and I think they're talking more like a right D. Because the situation on the left is really pretty much great with Weigard, Mackenzie Weigard, and also for Sling. Whatsoever, they always need a left, right, another left D. But I think that's the only thing. But otherwise, I think is the type of players they're looking for or they need. I'm pretty sure for the UFA for tomorrow.
So McCabe is UFA, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't realize he was only 6 foot or 6'1". I guess I always confuse him with the guy in Vegas who's like 6'4", which is Braden, I believe. Anthony Manzano does have a question also. Do you guys see the Panthers making another big-time trade or signing an unrestricted free agent like Patrick Laine? Well, first of all, Patrick Laine is a restricted free agent, so he's been qualified by Columbus, and he'll stay in Columbus unless they trade him. So he's not going anywhere automatically. I think that they're obviously looking for a right-shot defenseman. I don't think they need any more forwards.
Yeah, exactly what Bottom Monkey said to you at the bottom, Michael. They don't need forward anymore. They're looking for a defenseman or 2 defensemen, honestly. The only way I would say to add more, Michael, is maybe the depth on the center.
Really?
Yeah, maybe that would be one they were looking for about that one over there. So that would be something at the bottom 6 over there could be. They're not going to bring back Alex Wenberg, right? They have already Bennett over there, all right? And then they have Venetro, I know that, but he can swing on the winger, and they have Ashiri. But I think for me, they were looking about that one over there. How much should we sign Rensselaer? Be honest with you, Quintanos, Michael Tekenet said, Frenchy said this yesterday. He's going to be with Dallas.
It sure seems like that's a good fit. They lost Alexiak. To add a Ryan Suter would really help them out. I think the Joe Pavelski card is important. They still have lots of young talent. They were just in the final a year ago, not even, right? So I think that they can get back in. So I think that would be a great place for him.
I think so, too. Of course, you have 2 teams. Now, Boston is out of that, honestly. It's between Islanders and
oh, really?
So I
Imagine
believe
he's playing with Hezekainen, Pierre. Like if your second pairing or your first pairing is Miro Heiskanen, or however you pronounce his name, I should really learn, and Ryan Suter, that's pretty good. And then you've got the other pairing of Lindell and Klingberg. So
yeah, of course. It's going to be a good fit over there. The only thing is a little bit long for me, is a bit demanding, is he asked for 4 years. And I know why he asked it for 4 years, Michael. Why? He's 36, right? Because
40.
No, but for helping a AAV salary, Michael, it's hard to ask $4 million for 2 years, right? Yeah. So they will maybe drop the $1 million or $2 million lower and push back the contract, and then maybe at 38, 39, or 40, you're going to be back out at the end, and it's not going to help, because when you're 36, 35 older, you pay only one year of the contract. So I think that's why the reason he's targeting $4 million to drop the money at the bottom.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Adam, thank you for joining us. And then our friend Greg is here. William Sheffield has joined us as well.
Birthday last night, Michael.
And then Murphy Vlogs. Sorry, what were you saying?
It was his birthday yesterday. William Sheffield turned 19.
Happy birthday.
We celebrated him last night.
Cool.
He got a PS5 Pro.
I would have thought that the Suter would have go to the team closest to the cup, but I got to be honest, I think Dallas has a good selling point right now. That, hey, we were just in the cup. We came off. We were banged up. That's why we missed. We couldn't get our steam under us. We're refreshed now. We didn't, we sat in the playoffs this year. They got a lot of young talent, Pierre. I mean, Gurianov and Rupe Hins, and now they got the Robertson kid.
You're right about that, right? You got hurt a lot in injuries. Yeah. They're going to trade Ben Bishop at some point. They're going to get another market. They're going to get something in back, right? And I think the third thing I would say to you, one thing you didn't mention, I think is also important, is they are back now, Michael, on the normal division. So they was on the Central last year, so all the divisions are back normal, right? So they're going to have a better way to play on their own division over there that we're helping. But I felt like Seguin will be the beginning of the season. Radulov will be at the beginning of the Rope Hens is going to be more healthy over there, right? If you can add Ryan Sutter, you don't losing a lot Jimmy Orlichek. Well, so you're not going to be lower, right? They have Oettinger, goaltender, have a second-year experience in NHL. Could have been as a goaltender over there. So if you add those stuff like that, I think they'll be fine. Now, also, if they can get also another forward at some point, can Mark come back over there? I would not be surprised, Michael. I would not be surprised.
It would be a good fit.
So again?
It would be a good fit.
I think so too. I think they will be good about that. And if you think about that division, Michael, they have only 2 teams, I believe, are strong over them easy. It's Colorado and a little bit also Minnesota.
And Minnesota might be questionable if they don't have.
But yeah, I know. But if you think about what happened last year, right?
It should be a good situation, right? Yes. I think you're right.
So they can fight. They will fight against St. Louis, Winnipeg. I think they are better, easy at Nashville, Chicago, and Arizona. So I think they will have a little bit a better way this season about that one over there to get, they still have, the only thing I have right now, they have $6 million, Michael, about that one over there. They have 2 players to sign, plus the RFA. So I think they're missing also a defenseman. So you get Sutter, Michael, at 2.5. They give them a 2.5 open up. And of course, they have a Bishop at $5 million there. So I would not be surprised something happened about him to open up another $5 million. That gave them $10 million where they can get another forward at some point. So they are missing really an extra forward, Michael. Because remember, Joe Pavelski have a great year, but he's still he's 37 right now. You know what I mean? And Radulov is 35. So
he's serious about winning, and we know that. So I think that going to the same division as Minnesota is definitely, first of all, it's a close trip to Minnesota if he wants to leave his family there. Second, what better dagger to get back at Minnesota for buying him out than signing with Dallas?
Yeah, and on the defense, on the Michael, on the prospect, the only one can make it this year, I believe, will be only Delendrea. He was been there last season. That's the only one he can get. Join them. Honestly, I don't see anything booked to be ready for that part of Peterson or Kawakuchi. But I think that was the only run. So I think they will go for 1 forward, more depth in the team. Michael, they lost Como. Remember, they got
that's true.
Retired. So I think there'll be I really believe Jean-Marc Michael is really there a good thing now.
Be a good fit.
I think so too. Now they go looking. A center, I think Tyler Bozak could be a player there. But Michael, if more I look at their team, they're looking more for winger, not like a center over there.
If Seguin's healthy, then they're in good shape at center, right? And we know he missed last year. We don't know if that'll affect him going forward. And we know Jamie Benn played great at center. So I don't think they're worried about center. I think coming up with a winger, like you said, that can score a little bit, you don't know.
I think I'm going to be a long shot right now this morning about one. Yeah. Blake Coleman.
That would be a great fit. I mean, I think Coleman would be the type of guy they're looking for, or a Nick Palmieri. Like, they look for a guy like that who would be a little bit less expensive. Coleman, I think, will get some money this time, hopefully, because he's been way underpaid for what he's produced. But I think I could see that being a great fit in Dallas.
Yep. We have Nicola. He's back in the house. We have Anthony back in the house. Welcome, everybody. Well, a couple of questions, Michael. Start to go a little bit higher. I think you have a couple more higher.
We have a few here. Let's see. Adam says, I think I have a feeling that Fleury will end up in Edmonton. I don't know how they would do that, Pierre. There's so much salary there.
I have a feeling Fleury end up in Edmonton. So Fleury is right now with New Jersey.
That's interesting.
Chicago. And I think Edmonton will be my third team possible over there because, Edmonton is a little bit another team looking for a goaltender every time that. Now, a long shot, Michael, or something, I don't think so because I think Carolina is going to sign Frederick Anderson.
Oh, really?
If they don't sign him, I think Fleury, 2 years over there, Michael, could be a good deal over there. So I would not be surprised. The problem with Carolina to do that, Vegas have to grab some money about that, or a third team sign something with them. That's the only way Fleury can go Carolina. Otherwise, they have to move a goaltender for sure because the situation of the sign Martinez have to be and they're looking for another a forward at some point. So for that question, I think that's my answer for that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where he ends up. I got to assume he's on the move, so it makes a lot of sense, those teams. I think Chicago does make a lot of sense. Don't be surprised if he goes to Arizona. Like, everyone's going to Arizona, Pierre.
Yeah, but not that one. Yeah.
They don't want to win.
Be a bad contract to run Arizona.
We'll talk about that. We're starting to run out of room to develop young players in Florida like Denisenko and Heponiemi. I got to think that they're on the roster now. Like, both those guys should be able to contribute.
Here's the key. When you said a comment like that, Bob, it's because your team is solid. And when you can trade, I believe, Michael, they're going to trade Vatrano at some point.
Maybe. I mean, I think he's probably...
Not yet. But my point to you is because they're going to open up more space for Lundell and Denisenko and maybe Heponiemi. But at some point, Vatrano will be the one, and really will be more... the other team would like to get other points. So he have a good year last season, 18 goals. Can he again do it? That's the problem we have right now with him. But it will be interesting to follow with that part for sure.
Who are the young defensemen that the Panthers have?
It's Kershed.
Who?
Kershed. Is it Kershed? Kersched, something like that.
Let's take a look. I'm for some reason I'm blanking out on who they have. I mean, we know they re-signed Noah Juleson, right? So that's hopefully that works out.
It's Kersted. I'm sorry, Kersted.
I don't know why I'm not familiar.
That's the one really. The next one over there. They really have over there. I know, of course, they signed Lucas Carlson. They have Connington. They are here or there, but you talk about the best prospect right now they have is really Kersted at that moment with Noel Johnson.
I gotta be honest, I'm not familiar with him. I don't even see him on the depth chart for some reason. Is he signed to a contract?
He came to University of North Dakota.
Okay.
He played a USHL before that. He played 3 years, almost 4 years in the NCAA.
Oh, Kierstead. Okay, yeah, got it. Is he rated that highly?
Say again?
I didn't realize he was rated that highly.
But he's not going to be the next Aaron Ekblad, but I think a bottom 6. You know what I mean? Okay. 5 or 6, maybe more 6, but he brings some solidity. But that's what they have a prospect right now.
Got it. Okay. All right, so we did have some stuff to share around, let's see, you might have already talked about some of this. First is Winnipeg making moves. First of all, I think Winnipeg, I said this yesterday, was low-key maybe the winner of the draft. They only had 5 picks, but they got at least 2 guys out of those 5 that I think can eventually play in the NHL. Now they make 2 other moves that I think are also addressing specific needs. They bring back Paul Stasny on a fairly favorable contract. Might be a little high, but he did have very good production last year. And then I did not see this coming, that Washington was going to trade Brendan Dillon.
Yeah. The funny thing about you talk about this, but the thing about this is not this. It's the Vancouver trade Nate Schmidt to Winnipeg.
Wait, is Nate Schmidt deal done?
No, he refused to go for the second time. So
why? What is up with this guy?
So after that, he turned the phone call and then he called Washington. So it's a win-win situation about that. First, Winnipeg is looking for a good, solid defenseman, physical activity on that. So that's the good news about them. The second thing about this is Washington open up more money what they need for sign a defenseman. And they are looking for a second defenseman. I would not be surprised Jake McCabe is going over there. That will be something that I have to look about that. They're looking for a depth defenseman, 4 or 5, can play a lot of minutes and more defensive like Brendan Dillon, but cheaper. They need to add more depth, of course, on forward, but that's what they're looking for. I don't think so. Shara's coming back over there, so they're losing. So they want to trade Justin Schultz or Brendan Dillon, sent the last 3 weeks ago. Can Detroit now the Kustenov? There'll be another question about that. But that's what's the situation over there.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Winnipeg win on that. They're looking to another defenseman also. Because right now they can resign Pullman or is it forward or do Ford? What is it?
I like Forward. Forward's underrated. He reminds me a lot of Ben Sherratt. He's a cheaper Ben Sherratt. He's lots of years under his belt. Like, people don't realize that he played with Drew Doughty a lot in Los Angeles.
Oh, he's almost 30 years old.
Yeah, he's cheap too. He's not that expensive. And when you watch him, you're like, the guy's a big body and he's not a bad skater.
Doesn't get any them on UFA, so it'll be interesting about that.
Yeah, I think that that would be the guy that I would try to bring back would be Forbot. Julius, thank you for joining us this morning. Kimberly also joined us. Good morning to everyone. I just wanted to acknowledge her. Brian and Minnie say good morning. You're all my families in real life. I don't have a family. That's not good, Brian. But we're happy to be there for you. I think Vetrano at the trade deadline. And Greg, good morning, Greg, John. Oh, our friend, a frostbitten Canadian boy is here, and our good friend Adam says, it goes to show you the stress of professional sports, and media takes a toll on all pro athletes. Simone Biles is an example who she dropped out, but I think she's hurt, unless she said something else. Good morning, Coach and Mike. We're getting smoked out here with the Great White North. Fires are everywhere. Yeah, in Ontario, there's crazy fires, Pierre. I don't know about other provinces, but in Ontario, it looks like it's on fire. I always like Paul Stastny, says Ronnie. Yeah, Paul Stastny is way older than we realized, though. He's like 36.
Yeah, but again, he played a good role over there. I think they need a third center watching Winnipeg. First of all, sometimes, Michael, you have to get a player love to play for the team, love the city, love to be at the right place, at the right spot, the family for himself.
Right.
Paul Stastny always been like Winnipeg. I don't know why, though, but remember, he was there before. He went to Vegas, come back over there. So he enjoyed to be there. So like for him, he won over $60 million. I don't know how much, but it's not about the money anymore. It's about quality, what he likes to do. Maybe he likes fishing or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's where he wants to be. And that satisfies their line with Sheffley and also with Pierre-Luc Dubois over there. Of course, you have Dave Fleury. Now they lose Mason Appleton, so they maybe shift. Perrault is on UFA, so it'll be interesting about that one over there. So that line could be a little bit shaky. Andrew Cook is still over there, so that'd be good also. They already know. I'm not surprised they're looking for an extra top six on the UFA, but I think they're targeting will be a one defenseman, one forward, bottom six, everything like that. I think that'll be a good fit over there for them. That's another location. I believe Casey Cizikas could go over there as a third center, bottom six over there. He can move Dubois on the wing side, and then they get Paul Stastny on the line with Andrew Coop. That'd be a good situation for Casey Cizikas over there.
I have a hard time seeing Casey leaving the Islanders. He just is such a good fit there, but I guess we'll see what happens.
The problem with that, Michael, is the money.
Yeah, always.
And the problem right now, believe about that, is because they lose Jordan Eberle. So they're looking for a bigger target for the right wings to figure out about that one there. So for me, to get Cizikas, I don't think so. That would be a good solution for them. They have to expect to lose him because that's what they lost and Eberle. So they need to get a bigger name over there about that. They have still have $17 million. That would surprise me. But again, they have to sign, at least three. Beauvillier is not signed yet. Pelech is not signed. So talk about Beauvillier, about $5 million maybe. Maybe not, maybe 3, 4. Pelech is going to get a good $5 million. That gave them a $9 million. And then after that, they're going to have about $7, $8 million to sign at least 3 more forward, Michael.
Yeah. No, they got some room, but it's going to run out really quickly.
And they have only one goaltender.
Right. Wait. Why do they only have one goaltender?
But they have to sign out of the RFA. So Zorokin is not going to ask for $1 million there. He's going to get $2 million, something like that.
But he's restricted, right?
So the money is tied up, Michael. So to have a choice like Cizikas, at least you go. But again, they will not be good. They have to find a good right wing to get up at $4 or $5 million. So the money for this case is really low.
Yeah, but I can't see that happening. And the guy just can't. He was scored 20 goals like a year ago, and Holtby is going to be bought out. So yesterday, we saw a couple players not qualified. I was a little surprised after scoring 15 goals, they didn't qualify Brett Ritchie or Nick Ritchie. I always get them confused. This is Nick Ritchie.
Yeah,
and then,
the situation on this, I did a graphic about that. The biggest was Boston Bruins. They let also Andre Case out. So that trade, remember that trade where they at the deadline for the first round pick to get Ritchie and Case turn around for them. Now they lose both of them. They let it go.
Wow.
So that was a bit like concern. Ritchie had a good year last season whatsoever. You have 13 goals.
I know, 15.
15. So, you know what I mean?
That's pretty damn good. And if you look at his production, Pierre, he's gotten more every year. One thing about Nick Ritchie, he can shoot the puck. He's like 230 pounds. You don't want to fight him. He's tough. He's just not a great skater.
So
he's
for
not
me,
a quick player.
For me, right now, I see him in Islanders.
I wonder, because I think the biggest thing always holding him back is his feet. He looked like he slimmed down a little bit last year, and maybe that helped. He looked a little quicker, and maybe that helped him score some more. But, I mean, I don't know. He could go somewhere and contribute. It's the other one that actually surprised me was Pius Suter. I thought Pius Suter played pretty well for Chicago.
Well, he's 24 years old. He's never been in the. He scored like a 10 goal in about 20 games. After that, he was died with 2 goals only in 20 games. He's not a young 18 years old. So for them, I think they moved to give him a chance to position somewhere else. So I think there'll be like,
Pierre, he had 14 goals and 27 points in 55 games.
Yeah.
And he looked very dangerous. Like, I was like, wow, this guy can really play. I'm quite surprised.
The key about that for him is like he scored like if you check his
he had
game
4 goals
log,
in one game, right?
He's all at the beginning of the year. He scored like 10 goal, 12 goal. You can see all the zero at the end of the
game. He scored in bunches, but he had a bit of a stretch here where he didn't score, and a bit of a stretch here, so he's streaky, and then he gets goal. But I mean, as a supporting player, like, it's so hard to find goals and to be able to contribute.
You cannot check for the April to the May. He scored only 2 goals.
Yeah, 1 goal there, 2 goals, 3 goals. He had a big stretch where he scored nothing in April and March. Yep. He had 3 goals in a row.
They felt like it'd be better for him to move out without him. So
yeah, that one's interesting. I think he could help someone. I mean, that's only his first real NHL season, so I guess
I expect like a team like Anaheim or San Jose, a team like you're not like really looking for low money return on that. I think he could be. I wouldn't be surprised Nashville can pick it up.
Someone like that, I think he can help a lot of teams as a depth scorer. I mean, his numbers are nothing to be sneezed at. I mean, there's players like Barclay Goodrow get $3.6 million, and they get 6 goals. There's got to be some premium on goal scoring. It's not like he was terrible defensively. Anyways, I guess it is an interesting move. The other one, let's see. So then, we talked about Dominic Cahoon was expected. Danton Heinen was expected. Julius Honka has never really lived up to his billing. That's a guy that wasn't qualified.
I think for that list, I think Kera is maybe the most surprised because he's a big body, 6'4", 6'5". Kera with Edmonton, he can play at the bottom 6. Of course, he got concussion last season, maybe. Yeah. You know what I mean? But he's a guy can do like some damage at the bottom 6, everything like that. So would be interesting about. I'm sure he's going to find some spot.
Yeah,
but I think Edmonton,
he can help. If you know Jujhar, he's a very nice guy. And I think when you look at a guy that's 6'4", he's a centerman, you want him to be mean, and that's not him, like he's not that type of player, but he can be useful. He can score a little bit, and he's a good two-way player. I think the expectation is because he's such a big guy that he's just gonna like bully guys, and that's not him.
Yeah.
So he played for Everett for a while. His brother played for Everett. Savvy played too as a defenseman, another big defenseman. They were both very similar, really polite guys, really good to play with, great teammates. But if you're a coach and you want a monster, that's not them.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So looking ahead, who will be bought out? I think these are three likely candidates. I don't know if I think Koskinen's like 50-50. James Neal to me seems like logical. Martin Jones. Are there any other names that you think will be logical to buy out?
Not really at that moment. I think we have the last day before 5 p.m. today, so I don't see any other players really. The Angelo is by out now, and I think that moment the only one can be is like for what I heard this morning, Koskinen, it would be like a long shot to get him.
Yeah. I don't know if it helps him a little bit, right? On paper, not a lot. Is that what it is? He's $4 million, and he's got a number of years left on that.
Yeah. Well, the key behind that, they have to find someone, right?
Yeah. He's not a bad goalie, Pierre. He's just not a number one.
All right. Chicago Blackhawks just got Marc-Andre Fleury, guys. This is an update right now. I just got from Nashville, from my Twitter. Fleury to Chicago, no salary. No salary. Nothing going back to Vegas.
What?
Yeah. Confirmed right now.
It's on Twitter?
Yeah. So it's all confirmed right now.
Is it Saravelli or someone else?
I got this from in French, but Darren Traeger is the best one to go.
Interesting.
Yep. So confirm Marc-Andre Fleury, just like Adam said earlier. So we talk about New Jersey, Chicago, Michael. We got it.
New Jersey, Chicago. You're thinking, and where they're saying it's Chicago.
No, it's confirmed. He's just got 3.
Wow.
Yep.
Crazy.
Funny because Bud the Monkey, like 1 minute ago, he says Chicago is leading for the race for Marc-Andre Fleury. I said, let me check. I just said, let me check, and I got 25 seconds.
I love it. Good call, Bud Donkey. The NHL day has started. I expect more crazy signings. I agree. Wow. So, I think this is good. They don't give up Kevin Lankinen. They still have, and now they got Fleury. They're going to get Jonathan Taves back.
The funny thing what happened, like, I would not be surprised, is Malcolm Subban go back in Vegas.
Source, Bud the Monkey. Yeah, you would think that Malcolm Subban would go the other way, right?
That would make more Vegas get? Are you talking about the trade, Adam? Nothing.
Yeah. Apparently nothing, but it would make sense if they just sent Malcolm Subban back. Malcolm's numbers were actually
many goaltender right now, Michael. You know what I mean? Like you have like a Jim Rimmer over there. Bernie is still open. So the problem, Michael, they can get right now, they're not going to looking for. They cannot spend more at $1.5 million. So they will, so they have to be sure they get the situation over there. So I think they will get just a goalie like that.
So I wonder if this was part of not qualifying Pius Suter. They're counting on Taves. Strome is out of I think Strome's out of the picture. To me, Doc is their guy for the future in the middle, along with Taves.
Well, they expect see what Henry Buckstrom is going to go over there. Connolly they'll get there. They get the RFA to Nylander. So I think they'll be good about that one there. Now, they try to trade Zadorov. So I would not be surprised something happened to Zadorov to drop the $4 million to pay Fleury about that one over there. Talking about, let me check about situation with.
Yeah, they have Nick Beaudin. He's pretty good. It'll be interesting to see if the Jones brothers play together, man. That would be funny. That would be great. Yeah, Kurashev played well last year too, and can't he play center? I thought he was a center, but I guess they have him on the wing in this depth.
My only concern right now, Michael, is before they get Fleury, they have only $5 million on the target.
That's crazy.
And now they have 7-5, so they have to let it go. You have two big contracts right there. They have
well 10.5.
I know Zadorov is the RFA first of all, but the
but he
end
wants
was
like
$4.5 million.
Yeah. So right now they don't have any cap space. So how do they do this deal? They've got to dump. I mean, I think they're going to dump Dillon.
Like I said, they're going to trade or they will go to get someone bad over there.
Because isn't Fleury like $7 million?
Fleury 7.5.
So they've got to move someone out here. They haven't even signed Alexander Nylander. Pius Suter, they've not qualified. I mean, this hurts them almost that Taves is coming back. He better be able to play.
Yep.
Brett Connolly will probably be gone, right? Is he already? I wonder if they'll buy him out. I thought they moved him. I guess not. No. Dylan Strome and Brett Connolly, I think, will probably be gone.
Yeah,
one way or the other, right? So that would, let's call it 6.5 off the books. You're right. They probably move on from Zadorov. It leaves their defense in a weird state, though. It's like they're giving all this money.
Martin Jones is going to be on the unconditional waiver today for purpose of a buyout. It's not confirmed at all, but it would be.
I look for someone like a Lucas Reichel to make the team. Like, I think he's super talented, and he's been playing pro already. Nick Beaudin probably takes Zadorov's spot, so I'm guessing that they figure something out there. So you can anticipate there'll be moves. That's interesting. Interesting move by Chicago. They're going to be right at the cap here.
Yep. So good news, Martin John and everything, and also.
I'm not a big fan of Malcolm Subban normally. He had good numbers this past year, but I don't know. He's never been. I don't know. Maybe the expectations are too high. Subban's a quality backup. Yeah, he's a reasonable backup. Dylan Ferguson will be the backup for Vegas. Probably. I don't see them making another move there. The Blackhawks never want to die. Yeah, well, with Taves coming back, I think there's urgency to at least take a crack at it because you don't know how long you're going to have him. And you're tying up so much salary. Good morning, Eagle Fang. Thanks for joining us.
I just want to mention one thing, Michael, just like that. 20 years ago, Dominik Hasek was traded to the Detroit Red Wings.
Wow, is that 20 years ago?
After he got the Vezina Trophy. Now, McAndrew Fleury won the Vezina Trophy. And now he got traded to the Chicago.
Vegas can afford Tarasenko now.
Not at all.
I don't think so, but maybe.
Oh, I'm sorry, they cannot. They can't afford now. But the point, I don't sure is the right they're looking for.
They might be.
The problem, Michael, is don't fix their problem. They need a center.
Well, they don't think so. They think they have. Well, they think they have Nolan Patrick. So I think they're counting that Nolan Patrick will be able to fill a role in the second or the third line. They think. I think that Tarasenko might be more in play than we think, just because of Peter Angelo.
But who do you play center?
I don't know. It's a good question.
They don't have nobody.
Well, they have Patrick. Who else do they have?
I know, but it's not Carlson. Like I mean, they don't have any. The only one really is legit for the top six is Carlson.
Well, they have Chandler Stevenson, and they missed him a lot. William Karlsson, Nolan Patrick, and they really like Nick Waugh. So they add Peyton Krebs in there. I don't know who you move out to move Tarasenko in, guys. Like, unless you're not going to play Peyton Krebs, but Peyton Krebs is ready for the NHL. So I don't know. You would have to make. I think you're right, Pierre. Like, as good as Chandler Stevenson is, he fits with their style. So Nolan Patrick, I think, will come around. Like, he's so big and talented. I think you got to hope he's healthy, right? Yeah. It's an interesting. I think you're probably right, unless they're just totally going to bury Peyton Krebs. Like, that would be such a weird move to me.
Yep, I think so too about that. The reason they don't get a goaltender for Chicago, Michael, is easy. All three goaltender they are all on UF. They are all like less than $1 million. Sorry, I thought it was UFA all three, but no. So I think they were shopping for a low. I think they were looking for a center. That gave them a chance to do that. And then without now Fleury, they're going to get now about $12 million minus Alex Martinez, about $5 million. That give them about $10 million.
So they're projecting 5, right? And then they'll move out 7.
Yep.
So you're right. So it'll be 12.2.
They are back at $7 million.
Because why?
Because the Fleury is gone. That $12 million. They're going to sign Martinez $5 million. That give them $7 million.
Oh, so they're not even showing that contract yet.
Not yet. No, I just calculate what I saw, and then they have to find another defenseman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have only 6 defensemen signed, and then they have to figure out with John Mark and get the money for Patrick.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna spend to the cap, I think, but it's interesting. You know, I think Riley Smith has been such a good fit there. I don't think that they would move him, but that's
what he talk about.
Yeah, that's what.
No, if you do that, Michael, and now I don't know, I wasn't at you guys with the chat. I apologize. But here's the point about that one there. Kozak as center. Kozak, I think you talk about Kozak. You don't fix the problem when you talk about Tyler Bozak. So what happened is this part, like what they are talking about this. It's move out Riley Smith, Michael. Go get Tarasenko, and then you get a center with the trade of Riley Smith.
But Riley Smith has been such a good player for that, man. He's an assistant captain, but I guess it's not out of the question. He's fast. He scores 20 goals. Like I'd be surprised, especially with Tarasenko coming off all the shoulder stuff. Like,
but I will be honest with you. The reason they do that, Michael, I'll be honest with you, is to give a spot to Alex Stock to go top 6.
Yeah. In which, I mean, he's ready for that. He's definitely a top 6 player.
So because you think about this, right? You talk about Smith, Marchessault, Patrick Stone. And then if you add Tarasenko there, now you have to move one of the top 4 there. And Riley Smith is the one. And then you have to get a center over there to book that one.
So Johnny Golden asked, is Vegas after Eichel? They might be.
I don't think so because of the money.
That's never held them back.
Said Fleury will retire if he get traded, but the monkey said. I don't think so. I think he will go for one more year at least. And he play where he want to be. He refused, Michael, to go to New Jersey.
Why would he go to Chicago?
Because, it's a team right now is, Patrick Kane, everything like that. Got Zane John over there. The team is growing. We have a lot of good prospects over there.
That is true. Yeah, that's a good point. So maybe it's like you're projecting that they'll be able to, they looked pretty good for a long time last year. And I think goaltending is what they had pretty good goaltending for a while. And then when they didn't, things changed. So putting Fleury and Jones in, that's a good point. Like that might be the thing that pushes them over the top. Yeah, I think Vegas's ownership is very aggressive. They're going to spend to the cap, and I think they're very creative. Caden Jones, I love the NHL 2021 draft rounds. Cool, thank you. Is it possible?
The only one he said about that is because from Elliot Freeman, he said, one thing to watch here, they were rumbling Marc-Andre Fleury might choose to retire if trade from Vegas for family reason. Not certain how this will all play out.
I don't know. Yeah. Is it possible free agents will now be reluctant to sign in Montreal? I don't think so. I mean, this is just – I think that they're –
Big news. Montreal Canadiens has signed Tony DeAngelo.
You're lying, right?
No.
What?
Yep.
What
Listen, after we draft Logan Mayo, we can sign any players.
That's not true.
Yeah, that's the rumor from Renaud Lavoie where he's really plugged.
What? But that's not official, is it?
No, it's not confirmed, but from what he hear from really great source, Tony Angelo will sign a contract with the Montreal Canadiens.
What is going on in Montreal?
Hold on. I have to read this again. He said no, it's not confirmed. This is not true. Someone stopped this and he said no, it's not true.
Oh,
so I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, don't do this. You don't need any more nightmares. I don't know. That's so crazy to me. I would be stressed out as a Montreal fan. It's like, what are you guys doing, man? We saw this move by the Coyotes again, picking up a player. They pick up assets to pick up salary.
It's funny because you think about this. Leonard came from Chicago, by the way.
Good. Well, I was going to make this point yesterday. Why would you even? They should never have let him go. I don't get it. He was playing so well, and they were so solid, and they moved him. And I'm like, why would you move this guy? They were winning at the time.
Yeah.
So weird. Most players in the NHL don't want to play in Montreal. I mean, look, it's an intense city for hockey. It's like religion. There's a lot of really crazy stuff that can go on, but you're a celebrity in a good and a bad way. It's like you're a Kardashian if you're a hockey player.
Listen, some is right. I'll be honest with you, right? But anytime the team is good, Michael, you will go at any place and play hockey. So if your team is going to be the top 5 players, they will go to play in Albuquerque. They will go anywhere.
Maybe.
Right? No, but think about that. Now, if you play for the Panthers, Michael, and the team is not good, they will go anyway. They will go to Arizona because the quality live is changing. But the team you have to be good to play in Canada.
Right. Well, but I feel like that there's like this psychology of all the attention. Yeah, Maryland, you never wanted to go. I wonder why. Well, he's a god in Pittsburgh and obviously ends up owning the team. Montreal's many PR nightmares to deal with. Yeah, because there's just so much attention on it.
Well,
Bennett has changed his number to 13. Duclair changed his number to 13.
It's not only in Montreal, Michael. You can go to Toronto. You can go to Vancouver. You can go Edmonton.
Edmonton definitely is a smaller town, but still same thing. Now, I definitely feel Toronto and Montreal have like this negative energy around it. It's just like this expectation of something bad gonna happen. It's like that.
But the monkey is right. The numbers just get changed.
Interesting. I wonder if Bennett paid for the number 13. I don't know how players want to play for Montreal. They're basically the Yankees of the NHL. I figure the hockey players want to play for them, just like baseball players do with the Yankees. Yes and no. I mean, I think there's a cultural aspect to it where you've got to be comfortable with it being a French-speaking city and province. The media is no joke.
No, you have to be careful about that, right? And I think Johnny is here. I think someone else, Ronnie is here, right? They are really talking more about the French-Canadian player, Michael.
What about them?
But to go back in Montreal to play, they know how difficult it is. So an English player from the West, they will come more to Montreal versus like Vincent Lecavalier would not want to come to play in Montreal, right?
Yeah.
Look, Alex Tanguay, how long he been there? Only 1 year.
Well,
right? Look, there's the Jean, right? Yeah, look, Danforth and everything. Like they move out quickly, right? So
bring guys that don't understand French and don't understand what's being said about them.
So that's to give you an idea about that one over there.
All right. So let's see. I think that's all we had on the docket. Tomorrow's a big day for free agency. Anyone that you're thinking is going to be signed tomorrow, like will Doug Hamilton sign tomorrow? I'm not sure if, like, do you think that Dougie Hamilton signs quickly? Has he made a decision? What do you think, Pierre? I think Pierce.
All right. Brendan Oldby just got buy out.
Oh, Braden Holtby. Frederick
Hearing
Anderson.
that pending UFA goalie, and then Jaroslav Alex going to be in Vancouver.
Huh. Brad Marchand is saying that he thinks Freddie Anderson will be in Boston. I've not heard that. I would not be surprised to see Frederik Anderson back in Toronto. I could see him in Carolina. I could see him in Edmonton. The other one that's interesting to me is Linus Ullmark. Like, I think he's a very good goalie. A lot of people probably are looking at him.
So, but it's confirmed now for Brendan Oldby. I was trying to be sure it's confirmed now. Wow.
It's amazing because I think Twitter is the only live source of news.
Brad Marchand in the house.
Thanks, Brad. Brad was speculating that Frederik Anderson will go to the Bruins. Do we know what's going on with Tuukka Rask?
So again?
Do we know what's going on with Tuukka Rask?
He's going to be out until February. So they're going to use
Swayman?
they're going to use Swayman for sure. They still have the other one, that Landmar or Ladar, whatever his last name.
So the Czech goalie is good too.
Yeah, so maybe they will find another UFA there in case for that one situation over there. But that what I expect about that one over there. The Canucks are now playing two goalie, not play low and go in Oldby. Yeah, you're right about that. Frederik Anderson to the Browns now. Anderson, Michael, it's Toronto, Carolina on my book on that moment. So. About Johnny Golden, about the Joint Drouin. The expectation, Johnny, for what I heard for the last couple of days, he's going to be with Montreal. He's excited to come back, and I think the team is good. You have a good relationship. One thing with helping Jonathan is you have a good relationship with Dominic Charm, and that's help when you have a coach and you're back, and he's there for you every time that. So for me, that's the reason why he's coming back. If it was another goal, if it was Claude Julien, he would not be back there. But I think you have this. Thank you so much, Kaden.
Let's see.
Tuukka is out until after the season. Yes, Ronnie, absolutely right. Who do you see making the playoff in the Metro Division? I would tell you the same answer I said to Nicola yesterday. You have to wait until Friday. Because all the UFA can change everything like that. And like Chicago and now they get Fleury play. That changed completely. I think Chicago is a little bit more like close to Dallas at that moment. So I have to wait a little bit. If Kaprizov does not come back in Minnesota, that's another big blowout over there for them. Who's the goaltender? And,
that's huge.
So I think that would be really interesting to follow. So we have to wait a little bit. That's why I did not do my power ranking yet for the season.
Yeah, I think it's too early. I can see Holtby as a backup in Vegas. I don't know. I think
the problem you're going to get at him, you cannot spend $2 million. He's not going to sign up there at 700, 100. It's funny you ask this. I put that question on the guys. Go on YouTube channel or our National show. They have a community section now, and I ask a question every day. The question is this: where do you see Dougie Hamilton next year? And I put three choice between it was like Carolina,
Seattle, or others.
I don't know. Is it? Oh, you see, there's Dallas or Seattle, right?
I don't see Dallas at all.
And then I put really Carolina. For me, it's Carolina or Seattle. That's my answer for that one there.
Yeah, I think Carolina is probably the best fit for him. He's had trouble fitting in other organizations. He's a different he's not like a traditional hockey player, right? Like he's going to kind of keep to himself, but on the ice he's really matured and he's become very reliable all the way around. So I think
you know what is funny, Michael, about this is like, remember last year when a big player, right? A big players is in demand, like Pietrangelo. Everybody put team associate with a player, right?
Yeah.
And if you think about this, we don't hear a lot two team or specific team. Oh, Edmonton's going to get there, or Edmonton have the New York Islanders won Edmonton. We don't hear those kind of
you don't hear that with him. He's just
conversation.
Yeah, he's just a different person, you know. So that's why I kind of think it's going to be Carolina, but it'll be interesting to see. Does Edmonton make a pitch to him? Does Seattle make a pitch to him?
Finally, the confirmation of the trade, Michael, they got annexion. Mikhail Akarenin from Chicago in return for Marc-Andre Fleury is confirmed now.
I don't even know who that is.
I know. It's like far away.
I could see him in Seattle. Pittsburgh would be interesting, actually. I don't know if anybody believes Pittsburgh's a contender, but I think they're always dangerous. How much do you see Peterson and Quinn Hughes get paid? A lot. I think that if you think Quinn Hughes is anywhere close to Cale Makar, then he's going to be $7 to $9 million. But I think he's got some deficiencies in his game, personally. Peterson, to me, is legit. Like, I think he'll get $7-8 million at least.
So confirmed by his agent Alan Walsh.
Oh yeah,
he's just confirmed. He will take time before he report. He will talk with his family. So that's confirmed.
Wow.
Yeah. My prediction. Oh, where do you get? Hold on, I missed a couple of questions. Where do you say my prediction? Hoffman, Wiseman, and Savard. That's what they are right now. The only thing about Hoffman, Johnny, is the contract is demanding. He looked like he asked for $5 million. The Blues are in and out with him. We're going to see what happened with the Blues with him. I think he wants to go back over there. I don't know if Montreal can afford. It depends how many years he's looking for $5 million, honestly. But again, you cannot pay him more at $5 million on my book because you have to fully at 4.1 or 4.2. Quite really interesting. I think there's a one at targeting. Me, I would like to get Brendan Sad if I was a choice. If he does not want to sign, if it's over $5 million for Hoffman. How much do you see Peterson and Quinn Hughes get paid?
That's what I was asking before. That's why I think Peterson's going to be $7 to $9 million. Quinn Hughes might be 7 or 8.
You know what? I believe both of them will be around $6 million.
Short term?
The problem with Hughes, Michael, is not strong enough.
Oh, I agree. I agree with
you. You have a great conversation yesterday from the coaches. He's really smart coach in Vancouver. Jeez. Green.
Travis Green.
He's really good to talk about. Yeah, I watched him this morning. I think it was last night anyway. And he talked about this, when you have a difficult time when you show up in the league, everything like that. I believe Peterson can get 7.5, honestly. But I don't see Quinn's over $7 million. I would be shocked. At least he get an 8-year contract, but I don't see this.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, he's got the offensive tool case like that's not many players have, but his defense and his strength are really a problem. He's a small guy. He's like 5'9".
I don't think so. John Carlson is UFA.
I don't think so.
No, he is not.
Yeah.
It's Ovechkin.
Yeah.
Ovechkin is going to be resigned. Expect, Michael, a 3-year contract around $9 million, $10 million max.
Wow, John Carlson's got a very favorable. I don't know. It's $8 million a year. Interesting how they structured it.
You know, he has a couple of decisions right there. First of all, with Bottom Monkey with Colorado, I think they're targeting first the Gruber situation after they get him or not. Worst case, Michael, I talk about Anderson go Carolina, but I would not be surprised if Anderson go to Colorado. And it would be a great fit for him.
I just think the health of him, I would go Grubauer. Like, he just...
Is the band, his agent, Michael, asked for 7.5, I would not sign him.
Grubauer? Is that what he's asking?
No, I don't know. But I would not sign him for 7.5.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So that's what. But one thing is Gruber is good, Michael, right now. He loves to be in Colorado. He likes to be there. He's still there right now. He enjoys summer, play ball. He play in you see him in the social media with people, everything like that. So I think at $6 million, 4 years, will be a good targeting for him. Now, the clock is tick-tock right now for Lester Michael. And they have to get a big move over there. And I think Lester is looking for $8 million. I don't know if he can get him for him. Adam, he's all good for that one over there.
Yeah, he's a different cat. I don't know. It's a weird fit. You got to think he's worth 6.5, 7 somewhere. I don't know if it's Colorado.
Who?
Landeskog. Gabriel Landeskog, if he goes to UFA, someone's going to pay him.
He's getting $7.58 million. Yeah. That's what he's looking for. He's looking at a contract over $50 million, Michael.
Yeah, I could see someone paying that, but I think, it might be a little bit too much.
To get that, Michael, if you go to someone else, it's only 7 years he get. So to get him at that level, you have to get $8 million.
Yeah, it's too much.
It's too much at 29.
Yeah, it's definitely too much. How much would we buy out Carlson? Are you talking about William Carlson? I don't.
Yeah, he talking about Erik Karlsson. Talking about Erik Karlsson, that costs too much money.
Oh, Erik Karlsson. Who's Erik Karlsson?
Is Erik Karlsson?
Erik Johnson?
No, Erik Karlsson for San Jose, defenseman.
Oh my God! Yeah, you'll never get out of that from under that contract.
It's $11 million, Michael.
Crazy.
He's not 35 years old, so he's going to pay 2 years of the contract.
It's craziness.
Absolutely right about that, Brad.
Where's the bio calculator? Fantasy Tools?
Which one? Go to
Look at the cap hit for the first. But this might make a lot of sense here, but then it jumps up. It's so weird.
Well, you can see you have to pay him $11 million two times.
Wow.
If you have to give him almost $60 million, Michael, you buy out tomorrow.
It's still cheaper.
On the cap hit.
The cap hit's going to kick your butt. So they save $11 million by doing this, but they pay forever. It's a rough contract. I don't know. I think I might do it.
To answer to Ronnie, Ronnie, it will not happen yet. It will happen maybe in 2 years. But I think Carey Price right now, if you ask him, he would say, I don't want to go nowhere. It's funny to see that, right? Because Carey Price loves to be in Montreal. His family's there. Angela, she's more involved with the city. They have 2 kids grow over there. They have 3, 4, 5 years old. Carey Price right now, his mindset is more about family, everything like that. Now, not next year, but maybe 2 years at the trade deadline, a team, because the money is not cost too much money to get him, they maybe go somewhere at the trade deadline. But it's a good point. It's just a little bit too early, I believe. Ray Book was almost 40 years old when he did that.
Yeah, Doughty is very good. I mean, I think he's expensive, but Doughty's still very good.
Oh, yeah, good year last year. Last year was maybe his best year since 2017, 2018.
Yeah, he's still a very good player, guys. Like, he can log big minutes. He's still very smart. He's not going to get you 60, 80 points, but he runs a lot of – he doesn't have a lot of help back there, man. Like, they need to get him some help. Carlson's pretty terrible.
Yep.
All right, interesting stuff. So we'll keep an eye on it. What do we have planned for tonight, Pierre?
Tonight is all about the UFA. It's all about UFA. I'm just did a video right now for Montreal Canadiens. I'll be out in 90 minutes. I prepare my 2022 draft prospect.
Well, there's some good ones. We got Brad Lambert in there. We got Shane Wright. There's the two Slovak kids, Slavkovsky and Nemec.
I don't know. I can give you that. Give me about 2. I don't know. I cannot do that.
Yeah, there's some good players in this. I mean, it's much better than this year, Pierre.
Oh, definitely.
Is Michkov this year or next year?
2022.
I'm trying to think if Michkov is this year or next year. The Russian guy? Let's see.
Oh, the long name?
I don't see any.
No, in 2 years. 2 years.
He's
another Russian. The big name Russian name is next year, but Michkov is in 2 years.
Can't remember.
Thank you so much, John. Appreciate a lot. Who is better, Kopitar or Stamkos with injuries? I don't know about that one. I think Stamkos have it better, but it's very close, very similar. Gallen is closing in a $5 million deal. Is it done, bud? It's still good for the 2 team years. Will be too late, Coach. I like your quiz. It's just it's like Sly. Is it confirmed, Bud?
What is Bud saying?
$5 million for Gallen.
Oh, I don't know. So this is the player. I didn't realize he's a December birth date. So he goes the whole year after, even though he's an 04. So he'll go in the draft with Connor Bedard. Because he would be top 2 picks next year. But yeah, unfortunately, they got to figure something out about that September 15th cutoff. That's kind of crazy. I guess the problem is he can't legally sign a contract, but there's got to be a way around that.
The rumor is the Edmonton Oilers, Michael, is going to buy out James Neal.
Yeah.
And Elliot Freeman just said he is close to have a contract, Connor Gallen at $5 million.
With Vancouver?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, so this is going to be an interesting draft for me. The top guys to me, Brad Lambert. I'm excited about this draft. Nemec is a great defenseman. Nemec.
The reason why they trade Michael Garland, and I think it was a good comments about that yesterday, is because they have a lot of small players. And they thought at some point, month ago, they have to trade one of the 3 over there. And they got him to go over there, but they could not. They believe to go better in the future, they cannot get all 3 at the same. I think like that. But anyway, right now the Arizona, Michael, they're looking for the rookie right to play over there.
Which
to get the first round pick next season. That's what they're looking for.
Oh, probably, yeah. It'll be interesting.
They have a rumor here. I don't know if it's true, Michael. Marc-Andre Fleury did not hear from anybody from the Beagle tonight. He got this he heard this from someone at the family called him.
But there's no official trade announced.
Yes, it confirmed.
But it's not like posted on the NHL.
No, but it's confirmed on the when it's confirmed here, it's confirmed by it's not confirmed on the website. On the website on the NHL, it will take about hours, couple hours.
Yeah, but that's the real source, right? Like the reality is there is no trade yet.
So right now you have three players get buy out. You have Martin Jones, Brendan Olby, James Neal, Fleury trade to Chicago, and finally he's going to have a new signature in the next couple hours by Garland at $5 million.
Well, Reinhardt will definitely get. I think Reinhardt's closer to 6.5 because he's already making 5.2 or 5.6.
I would like to see Kinderson back up Vegas, but he's not ready yet. Yep, I agree. I hope the Simpson does not become a prisoner for Reynard Singh. Oh, Reynard is at 6.5.
That's what I just said. Yeah, I think he's 6.5 because he was already making 5.2 or 5.5, wasn't he?
How much should Bouvillier and Pelech get paid? The problem with Bouvillier is the RFA, and he's still only. It's funny, Michael. Bouvillier is only 24.
Yeah,
that's crazy when you think about that.
Well, but he's the same age as Matthew Barzal, right?
Yeah, but I think I mean, he's. I believe Pelech is going to get about $5 million, and Bouvillier will be about $4 million. I think it will be the right number at that moment.
I don't know. Maybe Reinhardt should go to his dad's number.
I think Reynald is going, but first of all, you're going to give always the first choice of the player inside. But I can tell you that Carter Vandenberg is going to ask Reynald if he won the 23 before him.
We'll find out.
The price in Vegas never going to be cheap.
Why would Toronto be eyeing Martin Jones? Oh my God! Don't do that.
I don't feel at that one over there.
That would be terrible.
No, the only thing they get Martin Jones, Michael, they can buy him at $1.5 million.
Maybe a third goalie.
But the beauty of Toronto right now, Michael, they have a bunch of goaltender open up next tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I'm not be surprised about that one over there.
No. All right,
maybe Jim Raymer come back over there.
No. I don't get it. They got to get a real goalie, like a legit goalie, but they don't have to. But if I'm them, I would do that. Like, you're wasting guys' careers. You need a stud in that. That would have been a place I would like. Hey, send Fleury to Toronto, but they can't afford him. Riddick is junk. He's not very good. He was so bad. Campbell and Anderson and Rodding. I don't know. Campbell's fine, but he's not a number one, Pierre.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I unfortunately have to go. Pierre, I can leave you on if you want to keep chatting.
No, the only thing I want to be sure we are on the same page for tomorrow, if you are going to be live a lot or not.
Yeah, we'll chat. I just gotta check my schedule during the day, but I should be able to jump on.
So if you want me to jump on mine,
probably yours, and then I'll join you.
Okay, sound good. So tomorrow we're going to be live, guys, from 11 o'clock. All right, until at minimum at 2 o'clock tomorrow. At the beginning, at 3 hours, and go from there after that. I'm sorry.
There's going to only be 3 signings now.
No, it's going to be a lot at that moment. But the good thing about that with Michael, we have a good hour before the start. We're going to hear a lot of news about that one over there. Tonight, guys, we'll be back a little bit about UFA, all the news going happening today, everything like that. And then we'll be back tomorrow morning with Michael at 11 o'clock Eastern time. So thanks again to joining us again today. Don't forget, before you leave, please click on the likes. We have 14 likes right now. And I appreciate each one of you to join us. And we wish you an amazing, great rest of Tuesday, and look forward to see you tonight, 9 o'clock p.m. And don't forget, Michael, the best thing of the show tonight is the quiz.
It is. I love the quiz.
People love it. I'll be honest with you. Sly and Brad did not do anything yesterday. It was 0-0-0 last night. And yesterday, by the way, Michael, yesterday, do you know who won?
No.
Kimberly.
Oh, good. Kimberly, congrats.
Kimberly won at 4-5. And then last week, we got Corinne win one night also. So the woman stepped up in this the night. So it's not easy. I've been with you, Michael. It was not easy last night. It was about the Clarence Campbell Trophy. All good. Have an amazing, great day, everybody. Adam is 0-10. He's on the straight. The record, Michael, is 0-14 for Sly.
Yikes. All right.
It's fun. The people love it. So thanks again, everybody. Have an amazing, great Michael. Back to you tomorrow.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.